Hey guys, welcome back to my Adobe 3ds Max tutorials. Today I'll just be running through the basics on how to create and modify shapes. So once you open 3ds Max, you can see you have 4 different viewports, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And so on the top left you have the top view, front view, left view and perspective view. So first thing I want to do is click on perspective view, make sure the viewport's been selected. You can see the yellow line surrounding it there. If you click on this button here, that will maximize that viewport so you can work inside of this one. So first thing, you want to go to the create tab across the top here, and now I've got standard primitive selected, so I can select the box, click and drag, or create the size of the box, and once I let go I can also select the height. Once I click, that creates the shape. And if you want to move that box, you can click the select and move button up the top, and that's selected. You can move it around by just clicking and dragging, or you can use the move tool and move in the X, Y and Z axes, and also selecting the boxes here to move around. So once I've got that selected, I can select the modify tab across the top next to the create tab. And here we can change the length, width and height. So if I want to make it 10 meters by 10 meters by 10 meters, I can do that here. And also here I can create more segments within the box to help me modify it further later. But for now we'll just leave it as one. If I go back across to my create tab, I can also create a sphere, a cylinder, again clicking, dragging, and then selecting the height. And then once those are created, you can again click in here, go across to the modify, and also change the radius and the segments as well. And you can also create a hemisphere by using these tools here. So now what we can do is we can have a look at the rotate tool, which is up next to the select tool, the select and move. So if I select my cylinder here, I can use these different glide lines to help rotate, freely rotate, or rotate along different axes depending on whatever sort of suits your project. And also the scale tool, so I can select the object, click and drag to scale or to stretch the object, and if I select the middle, I can just scale the whole object as a uniform so the same proportions are kept. If I head back over to the create tab, I can select the drop down box here and select a whole bunch of different objects which I can create. So if I head into extended primitives, I can create something like a ring wave, different sort of rings. I can also select, if I again drop back down, if you're doing some sort of design or building design, you can sort of select windows, which you can place in your project. And then if I head back across, also got stairs, so you can select stairs, select the width of the stairs and then the height. And once those are created, again head back into the modify tab up across the top and select different sort of options depending on what sort of stairs you like. You can put the stringers on or the carriage on or off. You can add handrails, rail paths, and also change the layout, the rise and the run of the steps as well. And here further settings to change the rails. Again, you can rotate the stairs however which way you want to place them into your whatever sort of 3D model you have going on. Head back to create. I can have a look at different objects, body objects. You've got patch grids here and also compound objects. Head back to the standard, try to create a pyramid, click, drag and rise up to create the point. And once I select the modify tab, change the parameters as well to make it bigger or smaller. Also, to further modify your shapes within 3ds Max, you can click and select and head to the modify section, and here you can select a whole bunch of different sort of actions you can put onto the object. So if I pick bend and I just increase the angle, you can see the object bending if I orbit around. See that there, and you can change the direction and also the axes as well, using the X, Y or Z axes. If I go down, I could also do a chamfer, and I can run through all the settings here, have it uniform, and when I increase it, you can see the chamfer increases as well. I could also do the same sort of tools or same sort of actions to the box. So if I drop down the modifier list, and I could select skew, maybe skew, and as that increases, let's say I put a meter in, you can see the box starts to skew off in the Z direction, just like that. And once you made your objects, if you click this button down here, you can jump out of this viewport and have a look at them all. So here you can see sort of an elevation view, and from here you can change the settings. So if you want to have it, instead of seeing a wireframe, you can have default shading, sort of the same view, so you can see where those objects sit on your ground plane. Also the top view, change that. You can have a whole bunch of different sort of view settings, hidden lines, bounding boxes, facets, and the same for the left side. And these views can change if you click left. You can pick top, bottom, front, back, left or right, or perspective and orthogonal. So if I want to jump into the top view, just select the top viewport and click this button here, and that brings me in. And from here, if I want to scale the objects, use this, bring it up, stretch it any which way I want as well, and select move to move it around, or rotate to rotate. Could rotate it this way, or along this axis, or that one there. Perfect. Well, that concludes my YouTube tutorial on 3ds Max, creating basic shapes and using modifiers to modify them. Thanks for watching.